Alright, welcome back to episode 6 of Baldur's Gate 3. We failed some pretty rough saves against the Tieflings, which may have been due to Shadowheart either being too far away to cast the aid cantrip, or the guidance cantrip on us.
Need anything else?
But we just need to remember to cast guidance on us before some important dialogue options. But let's take this opportunity to, I suppose, make sure that we can... Well, actually, I want to see what this does. We can use it. Let's go ahead and sell some items here. Just to lighten our load while we're still in town. Get rid of some of our big barrel things here. Fire resistance. Do have some nice stuff. I feel like there's just more valuable things we can be doing with our turns. A long sword around, that might be good. Mace, having bludgeoning damage be available is always nice. So we're doing a lot of piercing damage right now. I don't know if we have anything that could get around that. Yeah. We're gonna save it. Let's send it to camp.
Sylvanus be with you.
Okay.
What am I to do?
This is no fortress. Is that blood? No, never mind. All right, what now? Never wanted the easy path.
I guess, can we not speak to them? Talk? Oh, I guess not. Maybe they do not have anything to say.
Please, let us through.
Oh.
Let my daughter go right now.
She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Ragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out.
Wow. Okay.
Lives are at stake, and the cowards only care about their bloody rituals.
Okay.
Those druids are going to get us killed. Nothing sacred about this lot.
We could help each other. Fight the goblins together. Instead, these fools are trying to chase us away.
Those dirt kissers would let us die for the sake of their bloody grove.
kind of.
Do all the damage. Come, Magrin, give him a chance. You, get back.
If it were for me, you'd be overrun by goblins by now. I'll go where I please. Why, what's so special down here? I'm not looking for trouble. Can you just let me by? Ignore them and proceed. Let's use the clout that we have available to
Kick
us.
back. Force my hand and I'll show you its claws.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Few outsiders are allowed in here. Be respectful and do not interfere.
Okay.
Your welcome can be easily withdrawn, outsider. Respect our grove or face our claws.
Alright.
Keep their confidence, if you insist. Ah, my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
Wow, fine, ask your questions. This is overstating my disinterest. I have no time for questions.
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
Okay. Bard, a classic raid gang, complete with lasher and smattering of booyags. They were goblins, same as all the others, lowly and vile. Give an exact description. Or Bard, didn't you see the tentacled ship? It was an Illithid invasion force. The goblins were being controlled. Okay. Yeah, let's do that Bard one.
My, a scholar after my own heart. Spent much time among goblins?
The time I spent among books. I'm a student of the page. I'd rather not say. Are we done here? I'm not unfamiliar with their kind, certainly.
Uh-huh. I've always preferred experience to the second-hand accounts of lesser men. But to each their own. Now, I've a few more questions, if you don't mind. And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
What? Dragon? There wasn't any dragon. It was brass, no doubt about it. I think there's been a misunderstanding. What do you want exactly? Checkerboard. A brass or silver dragon would die a million deaths before allying with goblins. Bard. Neither. It was a gold dragon, scales glittering and wings gleaming. Bard. Dragons? Really? How gauche. Let's do Dragonborn.
Witnesses noticed a red dragon marching at rear. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Yes, they called out the name like a war cry. I think they did actually do that. I don't think so. I was concentrating on not dying. But quite so, they sang the phrase like a battle hymn.
They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
Goblin superstition, not worth the ink and parchment. Hold your tongue. But dramatic. How has Maglubet responded?
Oh, I'd imagine him quite displeased. Since their change in allegiance, these goblins are informed by a kind of strategy anathema to their kind. I, for one, intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm just preparing to head to their camp as we speak, in fact. If you'll excuse me, I ought not to door roll.
Careful, goblins aren't known for their mercy. Wait, about our conversation earlier, why the dragon? What brought you to the wilds in the first place? I am curious about the dragon.
My friend, every story benefits from a dragon. Until we meet again.
Ha! Every story benefits from a dragon.
Just a moment. This man is recording my story. I am far from home.
As the colourful
Amazing.
man starts scribbling, the bear sneaks a quick look at the page. His brow furrows. Incomprehensible squiggles surround a crude sketch. A bear disemboweling a clutch of tieflings.
Wow.
By Sylvanus, the Tree Father, our turmoil is calmed.
I've never learned to converse with your kind.
A primer on mythical beasts. Each chapter of this book describes the cultural origins of a different mythological beast. Chapter 5. Miniature Giant Space Hamster. Very little is known about this particular cryptid, though stories say they tend to choose well-muscled human males as their steeds when they deign to visit this plane. According to legends, this creature retains a wellspring of indescribable power known only to itself, though it provides its steed with perhaps mystical, perhaps mundane courage. Unsubstantiated rumors claim the creature has a taste for human eyes. Okay. Scribbled note. Keep away from Tuffet. She's lazy enough as it is. A fishing rod. Awesome.
Ah, my grizzled friend. What can you tell me about this place?
Bucket of fish.
Yes, I see. And is
Maybe
that
it's for the
her
bear.
with 2 R's or what?
Come on. All the druids can understand me. You can. Why can't the man with the pen?
Yeah.
I traveled a long way.
The man nods thoughtfully and adds another dismembered limb to his sketch.
Wow.
Come on. All the druids.
The man
That's pretty great.
I'm sleeping.
Throw a fish next to the elevator.
Huh? What's that?
Fish. Does love fish. Oh, it's sleeping again.
Salty fish. 3 heads.
3 heads. Shiny key and gold.
Shh, I'm concentrating. Does this look good? Is the coin in the middle?
Slightly off, push it a bit to the right. I leave it out, it's too dull. Donation kick the bird trying to scare it away. No. It's a rust, friend. A song shines on forever. Give it a try. Aw, that's kind of cool. I like that. I wonder if the bard...
He lets out a tentative chirp.
Aw.
Gaining confidence, he starts a song, abandoning his nest-building efforts.
Aw. That is cute.
The bird is singing as loudly as his lungs will allow, practicing fervent.
Aw. It's trying to impress girls with singing. I've been there, buddy. Shiny key is like orange red right now. I'm not sure. Are we gonna get in trouble by taking it?
All right, time to skulk about. Oh, my hand slipped.
Bird has a cone.
Lies before me. Don't waste a
Okay.
step.
I'm still not sure how exactly it works, but these mugworts seem free to take.
Something the matter?
No.
Why did you leave?
By Sylvanus, the Forest Father, we are granted balance.
Speak.
What are you saying to that bird? Looking for a healer, help me narrow the search. Doesn't look like you're helping with the ritual. Are you helping to prepare for the ritual?
The bird knows. She needs to know. You do not.
Suspicious. Do the other druids know? Because I could tell them. Or persuasion. I help defend this grove. I'm not your enemy. Okay, so now guidance is available.
Forgive me. It is not you I fear. It is my brethren. More follow Korga every day. They are afraid, and she offers a simple solution. Eject the refugees, and we will be safe.
Will we? And she's wrong? Sounds like she has to be stopped. How would we do that? You still haven't told me what you were doing with that bird.
It searches for news of Master Halsin. Only he can set this right. If he is gone, well, pray that he is not.
Did the ritual protect the grove? You're not helping the others prepare it. I hear ritual can protect the grove. Are you helping prepare it?
I would prefer not to. But if Master Halsin does not return, Korga will give the order. And my voice will not matter.
Okay.
I thought you were Halsin.
The boar prances around, haunches clenching and unclenching impatiently.
Where's Halsin? Promise me a mate.
Oh.
And getting dark.
Emerald Grove.
I'm sorry.
Have you lost your senses, Korga?
Release time to waste. She stole the idol of Sylvanus. She must pay the price. We will imprison the thief under guard of my serpent. When we cast out the rest, she may join them. Let the devil be an example. We will tolerate outlanders no longer. The grove will be made safe. The circle.
These things have stayed interesting.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry.
Trauma.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
Thief poison. What's this girl's actual crime? Prisoner, she's just a child. Do nothing. One of your guards outside said you wanted to see me. Here I am. Yeah, maybe we should stand up for, children here.
Girl? You mean parasite?
Wow.
She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks.
Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Oh, jeez.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
Nature. Don't druids cherish harmony? Jailing the girl disrupts nature's balance. Persuasion, release her. I think I have a better shot with that. I'll see that she stays out of trouble. Bard and persuasion. Sylvanas was more concerned with nobly sown seeds than punishing children, was he not? Or detect thoughts. Tell the snake to be at ease. The girl must not be harmed. I think this is our best bet. Oh no. Oh. Dang. So close. One under again.
I've heard enough. The devil remains until the rite is complete.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike.
Okay. Snake is prepared to kill this child. You want her death on your hands? Intimidation, imprisoning her empowers the refugees. Are you willing to risk insurrection? Persuasion, let the child go so she can spread word to the others of your might. Could work. Or we could do detect thoughts. Let's do detect thoughts. We're failing so many checks today.
You intrude on the circle. You intrude on my mind. More proof that outsiders must never be trusted.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike.
Okay. Well, let's try persuasion. At least we have advantage on this. Got the guidance. Okay, finally, we can pass something.
Yes. She is more valuable out there than in here. Sif, Tila, to me! Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Wow.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with.
Are you sure it's not connected to the tadpoles? How badly does it hurt?
Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage. Positive. You can trust me on that.
Okay.
Very well.
Let's follow that child out.
Alas, I've never learned to converse with your kind.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
Hope we meet again under better circumstances. I saved your daughter. Got anything more than thanks for me? This could have ended badly. Keep her in line from now on. No more light finger antics, right, Arabella?
Yeah. I mean, thank you for helping me.
Alright. Arabella is safe. Her parents are grateful for your intervention. You receive
It's our job to get us out.
Chimera's Locket. Uncommon. Grants its wearer the ability to cast Dancing Lights. Evocation cantrip. Nice.
Does. We have to look after our...
Stupid and reckless.
Because of you, I got my little girl back. That's not something I'll forget.
The road to Baldur's Gate looks a little less daunting now that we're all back together.
Nice. Always be happy to have another cantrip.
By Sylvanus, the old oak, all death begets life.
Man, a lot of our conversations are not all the way good right now. We're missing some pretty narrow checks here. Saved, frightened.
The rat doesn't respond. It simply bares its teeth.
Okay. Holden, Ren, Inta.
The rat glares at you, but says nothing.
Interesting. Wonder why they're...
The rat watches your movements, but does not speak.
I think these are druids that transformed into rats.
Another stranger come to vex me. What will you do? Hunt me? Grab my tail? Shout until my head hurts?
No. Alex, no one is here to hurt you. Who's been pestering you? I'll teach them a lesson. I just wanted to give you my smell. I'll leave you be. Maybe that.
No, wait. You smell fresh. Safe. You can stay, if you must.
Nice. Good. I want to talk to him more.
Focuses on you, calmed in your presence.
Okay. Let's talk to Wrath.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented.
That Kaga seems dangerous, and if I had spoken up, what would have happened? If there's some sort of ritual going on.
Nothing befitting a child. Nothing befitting any of our world's creatures. We've let a snake replace our leader. She will see the tieflings driven out, or worse.
Kaga seems happy to rule the roost. Who's your real leader? I'm looking for Nettie. How did Kaga take over the whole grove?
Master Halsin. Perhaps goblin caught, perhaps dead. He'd set Mistress Korga back in line. Hold her to task, stop this damned ritual. More will die if the rite is finished. So many more, sent into a world gone mad.
No one's looking for Halsin. I could do it. Yeah, let's take a quest. It's D&D.
I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
No need to fret. I'll find him. I'd like more solid offer than anything. I'd like a more solid offer than anything.
Sylvanus' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well. Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
We might as well have lain on the ground and let them trample us.
Please leave. Our hospitality has limits, and they were crossed long ago.
Vindal, I saved you.
Oh, my savior. I wish you could have visited in better times.
Okay.
What will the tieflings want next? Letting the Hellchild go was a mistake.
A warning to the Sword Coast. A study of the Sword Coast. Scrap of a larger map fastened to the page with fragrant sap. Someone has written tainted by curse above
don't
the
want
lands to
blood
the
on my
east,
hands.
beyond the
We
mountains,
have the right to defend our home.
on the road
So
to
that's what
Baldur's
you
Gate.
want? To kill a bunch of innocents?
I don't want to
Interesting.
kill anyone, but I won't let this grove be harmed.
Tainted
Not
by
again.
curse. Detailed report. Someone has written Shadow Curse at the top of this page and a number of notes below. Trees infected but still alive. Malicious component to underlying magic. Resist removal. Attempts to infect caster. Range and severity of curse suggest divine origin. Umbral characteristics and vicinity to Shar's temple suggest goddess herself is responsible. Whoa. Okay. To the east?
Temple of Shah. Where? And what's this about a curse?
Paw suggests an animal walked across this entry, smudging everything except a few words. Animal scout sent. Eastern town. Villagers possibly still alive. Violent. Alright, that's kind of bad.
The towers seized, the battle done. The moonrise broke the darkest one. You recognize the mark of the dark goddess Shar on the broken helmet. This army marched in her name.
So many dead. Sent to the Night Singer's embrace.
Moonrise must be a reference to Shar's divine sister, Saluna.
That mural.
In darkest hour, a concord made, twixt harp and wild against the shade. Harp and wild. A riddle to some, but you understand the meaning immediately. The druids turned to the harpers for help. Unusual for such a territorial group.
Well, I guess this is free. Can always deal with a pair. Oh, Nettie. That's who we want to talk to. Tigerroot and Morkwort appear to be free.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
Anything I can do to help? Excuse me, I'm more important than some bird.
A moment. This medicat. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
Looking for Nettie. I need help now. Healing? Looks like I came to the right person.
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
Healing as soon as possible. Do you know anything about mind flayers? I hear Halsin's the best healer around. I need to find him.
You and every other soul here. I can help if something's wrong. I'm no Master Halsin, but I can manage.
Take whatever I can get. Heal me. Do you know anything about mind flayers? What you might manage probably isn't enough. I'll look elsewhere. Yeah, I guess let's try number 2.
Why are you asking?
No good way of putting this. I have a tadpole in my head. Something crawled into my eye. Humor my curiosity. Let's be honest, I guess. I mean, with medical practitioners, you kind of have to be honest or else they can hurt you.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
You know of them? Can you help me? What other kinds are there? It's not like a frog hopped in my eye. Actually, never mind.
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick.
Please.
This way.
I'm resting.
Check out of you. What happened?
The bird says nothing, trying to rest.
Oh, the bird's wing? No. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
The
disturb
bird
you.
says nothing. Only the sound of its labored breath fills the silence.
We could heal it a little more, I guess. Right? Level 1 spell.
The bird's eyes are glassy, its breathing weak.
Aw, exhausted.
Head on in.
I guess curing it isn't the same. I wonder if I could give it a bardic restoration. I'm not sure what exhausted, how to get rid of exhausted is. But that's a dissected
this
drow.
one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
Drow and I have the same kind of parasite. Hoping for a less grave cure, so you killed him and laid him out on a table. Is everyone being captured by mind flayers these days? Didn't think it was that common an experience. Yeah, I agree.
Rather too common as of late. At least that's what Master Halsin suspected. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
No, I'll stay. I'd rather know exactly what you're up to.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
Huh. Thank you. I'll take anything that can help. What's that plant? Will it help?
She shifts uneasily, hesitating. Something's off.
It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
Wait, what aren't you telling me? I can merge my mind with anyone else that's infected. I fell from a ship in the sky, but something caught me and saved my life. That's probably good.
Protected from on high. Sounds like the drow. Master Halsin said he was tougher than he had any right to be. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
On a mind flare ship, I was kidnapped and infected. I don't know, I just woke up with it. You're asking a lot of questions. Look, you're gonna cure me or not.
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself.
Wow. So she was potentially preparing to kill us.
Of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
Thought you could cure me. What about this that branch of yours? I swear. Alright, hand it over. No, I'm not taking poison from a woman I can't trust. Yeah, I don't want to pin her to the wall about just defending herself. It's a hard situation.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flare infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
What do you mean should be changing? Still learn something from studying them. Tell me if there's a cure or not.
For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from mind flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
So you think it's only a matter of time? That's good news? You said you were tracking other victims. Did they change?
Hard to say. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne, and I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers, joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
Interesting. What do you want me to do? So go and get him. You think he's still alive?
I think so. I hope so. I've sent birds to find him, but they can't get close without goblins trying to shoot them down. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
Sounds great. Alright, I'll find Halsin. Sounds like you're making a lot of assumptions that could kill me. Sure he can cure me? It sounds like suicide. I won't do it.
I can't make any promises. This is like nothing we've seen before. But I know this for sure. Master Halsin is the only one close to understanding these things. He's your best bet to survive. Otherwise, that vial's your only option.
Alright, I'll find Halsin. Sounds like you're making a lot of assumptions.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there.
Really?
All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
Step at a time, Nettie. Come on.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
Morphosis, nonetheless.
What vessel? This vessel? Wyvern toxin. Put your active weapon at the toxin that deals an additional 1d8. That's supposed to Constitution saving throw. Target still takes half damage. Shifting mercurially within this vial, the toxin holds the promise of swift and delectable death. Notes on Drow Parasite, Halsin's Journal Volume 1. Layer Parasite Specimen. Hanging suspended in murky slime, the living tadpole looks like some hideous cousin to the slug, only gorged and slick with remnants of brain fluid. Costs 100. Very rare.
Just want my bed.
Extraordinary happenings. While meditating in the forest, Nettie and I were ambushed by a pack of goblins led by a drow. We had no choice but to defend ourselves. But that is not the extraordinary, or rather disturbing part. On the drow's death, a parasitic creature emerged from the corpse and attempted to escape. I managed to capture it and have the host cadaver here in my study. I've told no one of my fears. Nettie suspects, but knows better than to ask. I'll investigate further before informing the others. Cog will demand answers I don't yet have. I had better record any further findings in a separate volume and keep them upon my person, lest prying eyes jump to the wrong conclusions. So the drow was leading the goblins. That's terrifying. Anatomical sketches of both a drow and an illithid tadpole are accompanied by notes written in an urgent scribble. Parasite was nestled deep in the brain matter, illithid undoubtedly. Yet the host seemed unaware while alive. No visible signs of Ceramorphous on the cadaver. Most strange. Final note, single unlighted word. Altered.
Looks like Halsin's our best bet for a cure.
Time to track him down and see what he knows.
Assuming he's still alive.
And dear Nettie, I entrust you with a circlet to open the library.
Only a Githyanki creche holds our cure.
Wear it always. I trust you with a circlet to open the library. Wear it always. If you need to enter the vault, talk to Wraith. He has the rune, but won't give it to anyone. So be sure you have a good reason to ask. Protect my research while I'm gone and take care of the animals. Don't give fish to Tuffet. She's getting lazy. Aw. Okay. We need to enter the vault. Talk to Wraith. Or Wrath. The circlet to open the library. Wear it always. Circlet. Bet you this thing opens.
It's broken, but not too badly.
Old brittle slate reflecting on dark events and missed opportunities. It is unsigned. Ketherick, I see our failures made manifest. He did not fall, he was pushed. His grief was twisted by shadow, and still we did not act until his light was all but snuffed. Oh. Oral histories of Faerun, Gith, and Mind Flayers. This book comprises several chapters, one for each cited source. It claims to contain first-hand transcriptions of the oral histories of several storytellers throughout the realm. Chapter 4, Baldur the Swift, 700 years of age, wood elf storyteller hailing from the Wood of Sharp Teeth. It took me several 10 days of quiet habitation in the wood before the venerable Baldur felt comfortable revealing his presence to me. The longer I stayed, demonstrating I was no threat to his health and peace, the more open he was to gentle inquiry. This tale, relayed to me on a chilly morning as we stoked a small fire between us, was like none I'd heard before or since. I asked if it was it were fiction, and he insisted emphatically that it was as true as his own right eye. Long ago, before my eyes and ears, before your lonesome quill, dear scribe, there was an empire of people, or perhaps only belief. An empire of brain-eaters, soul-wasters. They called themselves Illithids, the flayers of minds. The children of Gith were bowed, bent in service to the flayers, a passionate people made to serve a cold belief. The flayers were untouchable, their minds a great oppressor. No proud will or passion could break Gith's children free. Until at last a reckoning, its source unknown, its power unproven, but its events history-making. The cowed could not be cracked. Gith's children fought back valiantly, their freedom theirs, the flayers bent and broken till today. That's gorgeous. A select collection of the most notable letters sent from Candlekeep. Many are dry reports of celestial movements or incomprehensible details of arcane ritual. However, this letter catches your eye. To the sage Elmister, over the past year I've delivered many of your letters to Master Gorion, so I wanted to be the one to deliver this sad news. Alas, he's with us no more. Gorion and his ward left Candlekeep soon after your last letter to him arrived. They departed in the middle of the night, but were waylaid shortly after on the road to Baragost. The gate warden tells me that Gorion saw to it that several of his attackers joined him in the next world before he was struck down. I hope this brings you the same grim comfort it brings me. Of his ward there was no sign. In some better news, I received your letter to the library and was able to find much of the material you requested. It has been carefully secured and will travel with this letter. Yours in honor, Tristan P. Shale, librarian at Candlekeep. P.S. I hope you'll forgive my curiosity, but might I ask, why do you need so much information about Baalspawn? What exactly are you working on? Baalspawn?
Don't want to draw
Fringe Philosophy Volume 5, a dense academic volume printed with no eye for design or delight. The publisher's note claims this volume promotes magical theory too radical for the mainstream. This excerpt is attributed to High Artificer Thera Bryn of Baldur's Gate. I suppose they seek to silence me, believing that an artificer of the High House would not stoop to publish in any volume outside the great Gondian journals they so diligently guard, but they forget that I am not so grand. Before I lent my name and my knowledge to the High House of Wonders and all the marvels therein, I was not but a lazy farm girl who liked to look up. And that was how I first saw them, the slow and serene earth motes, entire mountains migrating through the sky above. It was later I learned of their origins, of the ancient Netherese Empire that fashioned them, of the residual magic so potent it sustained them still. The wizards of Netheril carved marvels out of the mundane, lifted the earth aloft for industry, for sport. It was later still, after I earned my place at the High House, that I learned of the long shadow Netheril cast along the evolution of our craft. That their great flying cities fell in folly and flames does not diminish the wonders they wrought. And this stubborn aversion to studying them, to learning what they learned, is the very antithesis of Gond's teachings. Yes, many of the catastrophes inflicted upon the centuries were fruits born of meddling with Netherese seed. Yes, their last shining bastion fell into shadow, their lore twisted to Shar's dark and destructive designs. And yes, I say again, whether the High House will sanction it or no, to study the very flame of creation is worth it, even should the fires consume us. Okay, that's a bold text. So we're getting some Netherese from the Nether regions, perhaps?
Carefully now.
Missives of Candlekeep. This book is packed full of meticulously copied letters, preserving even the handwriting of the originals. A select collection of the most notable letters sent from Candlekeep. Many are dry reports of celestial movements or incomprehensible details of arcane ritual. However, this letter catches your eye. To the sage Elmister, over the past year, I've delivered many of your letters to Master Gorin. Oh wait, we already read this. Mrs. Candlekeep here. Maybe let's steal that. Send it to camp because he already has a copy here. Magic of the Weave, an introduction. Or Fringe Philosophy 5. Okay. Send that to camp. You try to understand the Weave. A true pity, for only they who are truly attuned to the Weave can rightly call themselves spellcasters. Thus comes the question, what is the Weave? It is an essential element of the universe. It runs through everything in unseen threads. It is what makes magic possible. It is also, though I will not go into further detail here, the goddess Mistra herself. See Magic of the Weave, Mistra and the Spell Plague. The Weave isn't magic precisely, rather it is the raw material from which magic is woven, not entirely unlike how a collection of threads is shaped and formed into a garment. Those with the necessary talent and skill can manipulate the Weave and perform magic by casting spells. Developing this skill takes years of learning and constant practice. You might have heard of those who can cast spells because they are born with an innate connection to the Weave, commonly called sorcerers, or worse, because they struck a bargain with an otherworldly creature, also known as warlocks. Do not be deceived. Their magic is unpredictable, uncontrolled, and, in some cases, not even rightfully theirs. No, to truly know and manipulate the Weave is an art, but those wizards who master it will know the limitless power and beauty the Weave provides. Yeah, the other version of this character was going to be either a sorcerer or a wizard.
I can't even see a lock to pick.
Vikings record. Long list of owlbear sightings in the region, separated by date. The latest entry, written a 10 day ago, says cub. The word is underlined several times. Wow. Okay, so we already read this one. Send us to camp. Disorders of the nerves and mind, a treatise. Medical compendium describing varied mental disturbances and their treatments by cleric physician Glenn Earl Mack. There came to me a woman, who I shall henceforth call R, greatly distraught at the unusual tempers of her husband, who I shall henceforth call B. 3 months prior, he'd suffered night sweats, crying out from sleep that he bore the mark of chaos. 2 months prior, he'd taken to calling himself by the name Sarevok. 1 month ago, he'd speak of little else but the throne for which he is destined. Is that ball spawn? I attended to be at the couple's farmhouse. He sat calmly at the table, an unknown book clutched to his chest. I detected no curse nor loathsome spirit upon him, nor the presence of magic, yet upon shining the light of candle flame upon him, he raised the book high and exclaimed, the deaths they bring shall awaken the Father, and through them he will rise. That kind of sounds like ball spawn. I snatched the book from his hand and flung it into the hearth, where it burned not in red or yellow flame, but pure black. It left but a single scrap reading, he foresaw his coming death, and seeded his essence across the land. He shivered and sighed, as if waking from a nightmare. He had no memory of the book, nor the words he had spoken. Diagnosis: unspecified neurotic enthrallment. Treatment: herbal tincture of garlic and drace, sipped thrice daily until exhaustion lifts. Okay. This is a candle keep. We have that already. On Death and Resurrection, soul coins, a treaty. Treatsy. Yeah, this research was funded independently and conducted. Yeah, I think we've read this before. An excerpt from the ongoing metatext Rebound by Josefka Elgen, a scholar excommunicated from the Church of Denier for her heretical efforts to reconstruct the metatext, her God's annal of lost and hidden knowledge. Of what value is a life? Far too esoteric a topic to warrant any serious critical consideration between these pages, surely, or so it would seem at first glance. But once we push aside the mysticism and dewy-eyed sentiment so often clouding our assessment, it is clear that across all the spinning planes, each and every life does indeed have a quantifiable value. It is simply that not all are equally valuable. Consider, we already know that the destruction of our material form is not the end. If anything, our souls are more free after death, transcending planar barriers in search of a resting place that best befits our deeds, beliefs, and station in life. But even this assessment is subject to market forces. Lord Kellamore weighing our souls against how thoroughly we have given them over to other gods, empowering them in turn. There is, of course, an alternate route, not the end of the path, but the chance to retread it. Clerics across the realms wield the power to return life to any soul deemed worthy or willing enough. It is strange, then, that these so frequently intersect with those deemed wealthy enough, for the components of such a spell are beyond the means of most mortals. I have interviewed those who have made such a return. and in truth have found them to be of the most dull and unimaginative sort, that I cannot possibly imagine what it is they were so eager to return to. If a true assessment of the journey is to be made, then there is simply no replacement for embarking upon it oneself. Perhaps, one day, this great volume of learning will make me worthy enough to walk that path, and wealthy enough to return. Okay. So, scholar was excommunicated from the Church of Denir for her heretical efforts to reconstruct the metatext. Pretty cool.
Don't mind if I do.
Firebolt. Gold coins. All of Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Yep, it's a lot of the same book.
Another step forward.
If there's anything else in here. Drow's letter. Orders taken from the body of a Drow scout. They're written in an elegant, if angry, hand. Track the druid. Find whatever burrow he runs to and report back to me. Remember, you are only a scout. Do not engage. Do not kill anyone. Simply observe and return. I shall decide what we do next. M. Okay. So someone knows about the druid. But doesn't know about this circle. On antidotes. Deep crease in the spine makes the booklet fall open to reveal one recipe in particular. Neat writing in the corner marks it as an antidote for all known potions. This is it, the recipe that made me decide to publish my notes. The story might not interest you, but I shall record it for posterity. Feel free to skip to the actual recipe. I was sitting in the elf song, sipping my usual hot cocoa, the heat soothing the pain in my scaleless hands.
Take it one step at a time, Nettie. Come on.
A small child, human, stumbled through the door, sick as a dog. All the other patrons seemed like they wanted to help, but nobody could pay for an antidote for a stranger's child. Meanwhile, the ingredients were just lying around in the kitchen. Every single one of those people could have saved that child, but only I knew how. It felt like a crime. Recipe 1. For 1 bottle of antidote, extract needed, salt of mugwort, suspension of bullywug trumpet. Method. Slowly trinkle salt into suspension, stir clockwise until the concoction's consistency turns almost chewable. It might turn slightly green, but this is purely aesthetic and has no effect on the antidote itself. And remember, when in doubt with alchemy, just recall the rule of 3. Thrice the same ingredient forms an extract excellent. Okay. Cauldron of boiling Therak. Mugwort.
Any word on Master Halsin? He and the adventurers were headed to the ruined temple in the west. Master Halsin studied that drow for days, and he was sure something at the temple could help his research. I'm praying he was right.
West, huh? Okay.
Just want my
We've
bed.
shown them once. We take Grove law seriously.
By letting that child escape without consequence. We might as well have lain on the ground and let them trample us.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
Only a monster would threaten a child. You're protecting your own. Sometimes cruelty is required. Honestly, I just wanted to see what would happen. No. Nice anime, Seahorse. Act 3. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm very much in the beginning still. I guess, how two-faced do we want to play this bard? Because telling everyone what they want to hear is something that we can do. You know, it's one of the persuasion techniques is you must first identify yourself as not an enemy in order to open up their mind to anything that you might say in the first place. Maybe we could do that if we have the self-awareness for it.
First you urge grace, then you speak truth. You surprised me twice over. A shame the grace period ends. The Viper's fangs have been bared. She must guard her brood. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
But it must be born of powerful magic. Leveler believes his people will perish on the road. Do what you want. It's none of my concern. Reach for your weapon.
The rite of thorns. It is the Tree Father's gift that none come to harm. When we speak the final prayer, the great vine will sprout forth. The grove will be cloaked in bramble and thorn. No one enters, no one leaves. Sanctuary. None of this can happen while outlanders infect us. Sylvanas demands that we choke them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Halsin, actually. I think we should end that conversation without making any strong commitments one way or another. Law book. This hefty book is labeled 1371 and stamped with an elegant stag against a dark green background. 6 Utkar, sent 2 druids, some of the newer recruits up north. The village there has had 2 years of failed crops and are unlikely to survive the next winter. 9 Uktar, a group from Baldur's Gate arrived. They've set up camp on the edge of the forest. 2 bears and a fox came by. Their territory has been burned out. Half the fox's cubs died. Paying this new group a visit tomorrow. Aw. Burned out. Interesting. 10 Uktar. Visit did not go well. After telling me where to shove it, they said they'd cut down half the forest and burn out any wildlife that dared to stick around. Claimed they were going to farm the land and make a new city of their own. Time to get creative.
We just let her run
12
off.
Uktar.
She's a child.
Mudslide did the trick, buried half their farming equipment and made the rest useless. He won't be back anytime soon. Got reports of a red wizard in the village south of here, sending 3 rangers to investigate. If they catch even a whiff of a red cloak, I'm contacting the House of Sylvanas. Red cloak. Interesting.
By claw and tooth from root to thorn, the old oak's grove to wildlings sworn. The mural shows druids claiming the grove in the name of the old oak, Sylvanas, god of nature.
This will all be over.
Emerald
The
Enclave
ritual's
tenants.
almost finished.
What if they tried to steal from us? Again?
We've shown them once. We take Grove law seriously.
By letting that child escape without consequence.
Interwoven prayers and incantations snake across one side of the page. Written on the other are instructions for performing the Rite of Thorns. When the prayer is complete, thorn and bramble rise from the earth, protecting all who chanted it. Wow, this is very extensive. Rite of Thorns is dangerous magic. Why is Kaga so determined to do this? We should investigate.
Not everyone subscribes to what is mine is yours, it seems.
Oh, I see.
I don't need any attention right now.
By Sylvanus, another outsider. Should you have an ounce of sense, you will leave immediately.
Should mind my step.
Oh, what's back here? Oh, Kaga's chest. Okay.
Quiet. Move with care. What do we have here?
Actually, have Asterion come back here. I'm going to distract people. The old bard and rogue distraction trick. Works every time. Get someone's attention, right? By providing something that they want. An art. Oh, the studded shield. He's not proficient with shields. Oh no. I did not realize.
All well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Yep.
Now what?
Okay. Now we can open it.
With ease.
Man, we're rolling pretty low. Okay. After our note. Eldarin's Canticle, the Shadow Druid's Doctrine. This aged tome corners are mostly and alive with tiny insects. He's a Shadow Druid, huh? Pig's spine is limber from overuse. The corner of one page folds inwards, or is folded inwards. Balance is a myth. Where any clan treads, nature struggles. Unity is a fiction. Men of mere flesh seek only to tame beast and raise flora. We are the thunder, and we are the rain. We shatter mankind and grow new life in its place. Okay. Secrets of the Shadow Druids. Got some inspiration. Marks crisscrossing the page don't look scribed so much as slashed. Kaga, swamp ducks, tree, meet me alone. Oladon. Swamp docks, tree. Thank you. Gold coin. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a lot on my mind. Well, in it.
Search druidic relics and their uses. Grove artifacts. Withered chisel set. Or weathered.
The wolf focuses on you, calmed in your presence.
Okay. Yeah, what is she up to?
I wish I could offer more assistance. For now, I must keep a close watch on Korga. I hope to see both you and Halsin again soon.
I do need that rune though, but I don't want to steal it from him by pickpocketing it. Okay, let's save the game. I'm sure that'll be enough for one episode. Alright, well, we explored the druids. And we'll probably be going outside to track down the druid and go up here in the next episode. Up this elevator. Alright, I will see you guys later. Peace.